In a land where the sun kisses the earth with warmth and life, nestled deep within the embrace of lush forests, lies the Igbo village of Yumuk. Here, the earth is red, the trees tall, and the people strong. Among them lived Nkem, a young woman whose spirit was as unyielding as the ancient baobab trees that stood sentinel over her village. Nkem had always been connected to the stories of her ancestors, tales of bravery, wisdom, and resilience passed down through the generations. But there was one story that echoed through her heart more than any other, the story of her father, a great warrior who, years before, had saved the village from a terrible drought. His strength and determination were legendary, and his legacy was a burden Nkem carried with pride and with a touch of fear. Nkem's elder brother, Uche, was a warrior too, strong and proud, like their father. But Uche was weighed down by the responsibility of living up to their father's legacy. The drought that now gripped Yumuk was a cruel reminder of the past. Uche, determined to prove himself, led the village warriors on a relentless search for water. Day after day, they scoured the land, but the earth remained dry, and the skies, merciless. As the drought deepened, tension brewed between Nkem and Uche. Nkem, who believed in the power of the past, urged her brother to remember the stories of their father, not just of his strength, but of his connection to the land and the spirits of their ancestors. Uche, however, was focused on action, on finding a solution that would save their people now, not in stories from the past. One evening, as the village gathered under the ancient Iroko tree, Nkem sought out Elder Amodi, the village storyteller and keeper of their history. Elder Amodi was a man of wisdom, his face lined with the years of life he had lived, his eyes sharp with the knowledge of the past. Nkem sat before him, the dry earth beneath her rough against her skin, and listened as he spoke. Nkem, he said, his voice a deep rumble like distant thunder, your father was not just a man of strength. He was a man who understood the land, who knew that the spirits of our ancestors live within the earth, the trees, and the very air we breathe. It was through his connection to them that he found the strength to save this village. Nkem's heart pounded as Elder Amodi continued, telling her of the ritual her father had performed, a ritual to honor the ancestors and ask for their guidance. The spirits, he said, they are waiting. But they must be called upon, in the way our people have always done. With new resolve, Nkem returned to Uche. She spoke of the ritual, of the need to reconnect with the land and their ancestors. At first, Uche resisted, his pride and his fear of failing their people holding him back. But as he looked into his sister's eyes, he saw the same determination that had once burned in their father's eyes. Reluctantly, he agreed. The next day, as the sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows over the village, Nkem and Uche led the people in the ritual. Dressed in white, the color of purity, they stood before an altar of stone, adorned with offerings of kola nuts, palm wine, and carved wooden figures of the ancestors. The air was thick with the sound of drums and the low hum of voices, rising in prayer. As the ceremony reached its peak, a silence fell over the village. The people stood still, their eyes closed, their hearts open. And then, a single drop of rain fell. It was followed by another, and then another, until the heavens opened, and the rain poured down in torrents. The villagers danced and sang, their joy a living thing that filled the air. Nkem and Uche, drenched to the bone, stood side by side, their hands clasped in a bond renewed. The drought was over, and the land, their land, would live again. In the days that followed, the village of Yumuk flourished. The fields, once parched and barren, burst into life, green and vibrant. The people, who had faced despair, now walked with hope in their hearts. And Nkem and Uche, who had once been at odds, found peace in the knowledge that their strength lay not just in their hands, but in their connection to the past. For in the echoes of the past, they had found the resilience to face the challenges of today. And the story of their triumph, like the stories of their ancestors, would be told and retold, passed down through the generations, a reminder that true strength lies in the heart, in the spirit, and in the land they called home. Moral of the story. True resilience is found not just in physical strength, but in honoring and learning from the wisdom of the past. By staying connected to our roots and the lessons of our ancestors, we can overcome even the greatest challenges and ensure a brighter future.